Foreign volunteers continue to make a notable contribution to the strengthening of Ukraine's defense capability, participating in combat operations together with Ukrainian troops in the most tense areas of the front. This is reported by RBC-Ukraine with reference to the publication of the Ukrainian Army. The ground forces highly value the professionalism, motivation, and dedication to Ukraine of foreign military personnel who sign contracts with the armed forces. Their participation strengthens the resilience of the defense and helps to carry out complex combat missions. Ukraine continues to improve its approaches to the formation of combat units, taking into account the experience of recent years. This includes revising service formats, adapting structures, and introducing new solutions aimed at increasing the efficiency of personnel use. Foreign military personnel will be able to serve in accordance with their professional training and experience. Their combat experience is integrated into units where it is most useful for carrying out defensive tasks, ensuring maximum effectiveness in the joint fight against the aggressor. All decisions on the use of foreign military personnel are made within the framework of the overall transformation of the defense forces and taking into account the needs of the front. The ground forces emphasize openness to dialogue with military personnel and partners, valuing their contribution to strengthening the country's security. In this case, the Ukrainian Army commented on media reports about the disbanding of international units and stated that they are improving their approach to the formation and deployment of combat units. According to Ukrainska Pravda, at the end of October, foreign legions began to be disbanded, and these units received a directive from the Ministry of Defense and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Oleksandr Syrsky, to liquidate their military units by the end of the year. This caused outrage in the military community. One of the reasons for the innovation is considered to be the initiative of the head of the Assault Units Department of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Valentin Manko, due to the need to replenish the assault units. As explained by the ground forces, decisions on the use of foreign military personnel are made within the framework of the overall transformation of defense forces and taking into account the needs of the front. They promise that foreign volunteers will continue to be able to serve in accordance with their profession, experience and training, and their combat experience will be integrated into units where it will be most useful for the performance of tasks. We remain open to constructive dialogue with military personnel and partners, appreciating their contribution to the joint struggle against the aggressor, the statement said.
Lithuania's government has declared a national emergency over security risks from meteorological balloons sent from Russia-allied Belarus in recent weeks. According to Associated Press, the balloons have repeatedly forced the closure of Lithuania's main airport, leaving thousands stranded. Europe remains on alert over previous intrusions into NATO airspace during the war in Ukraine. The state of emergency announced Tuesday allows the army to patrol the border area. The balloons are used to smuggle cigarettes, but officials see them as deliberate acts of disruption. They can fly over a huge area, so additional forces are necessary, especially at night, said Vladislav Kondratovic, Lithuania's interior minister. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has called for negotiations on border tensions and said his country does not need war. He denies any hybrid attacks.
mes kalbam apie balionus, tai yra susieta būtent su kontrabandinių balionų paieška, dėl to, kad dažnai, jeigu jie yra paleidžiami, jie gali nuskristi į labai didelę teritoriją, todėl papildomos pajėgos, kaip ir nakties metu, kurie dažniausiai yra daroma, tas nusikaltimas yra būtini.
Kariuomenės indėlis bus būtent sustiprinti sienos apsaugos tarnybą, sustiprinti policijos patruliavimą ir pagalbą, randant kontrabandinius krovinius, apieškant galimai kontrabandą gabenančius automobilius, tiesiog sustiprinimas pačių pareigūnų.